Hi guys. So I just posted about Tap Tuesday in our group, and I just finished the boot camp workout in the barn, and I wanted to come in and share a couple of thoughts with you that I shared with them. And it relates to this whole notion of, what thing are you working on, right? And for most of you, it's carbs and sugar. For some of you, it's water. Those tend to be really big. Some of you need to rein in your fiber. Some of you are just like off the charts with fiber, and too much fiber is the same issue as too little fiber. The problem is similar. Too little fiber, and you can't get your guts working properly. Too much fiber, and you can't the nutrition fires out of your body or gets backed up before you can assimilate it. So I wanted to share this nugget with you today. We always get our musts, hey Nance, and when you have something that you're working on, every time, get really clear on one thing. That's why I asked you for one thing just this week. Maybe it's just today, okay, one thing. Every time you're going to eat, ask yourself if it's taking you closer to your goal or further away. Let me say that again. So every time you're going to eat, ask yourself if that choice is going to take you closer or further away. So let's say, for example, you want to sleep tonight, right? Let's say sleep is your issue. When you are choosing your foods, ask yourself if that choice is going to help you sleep tonight or keep sleep from you, right? Same thing is true with your excuses about tracking. Let's just be honest, okay? Tracking literally takes less than 3 minutes a day. And proactive tracking is the best. Retroactive tracking is pretty useless. If you haven't been tracking for a while, retroactive tracking as even a mock food log to kind of see what you've been getting for what you've been eating is useful. But if you're tracking to make progress, right, retroactive tracking is not helpful. Learning at 9 o'clock at night that you've gone off the charts for fiber and protein is not helpful. So again, back to Tap Tuesday, right? So track, assess, adjust, progress. Sometimes you need to pivot. Remember, the second P is pivot. Picking your one thing, just pick one thing. Don't pick everything. Everything can be like, if you've been off the rails and haven't been tracking, trying to do everything can be a lot. Pick one thing. Pick one thing. And ask yourself, every time you're going to eat, is this going to take me closer to reaching that goal or further away? So I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was in town, I was running errands, and I really wanted a Primal Cuts roast beef on the Quebec baguette deli sandwich. That's what I really wanted. I really wanted it. But I asked myself, based on some goals that I have, is that going to take me closer or further away? And what it was going to do was it was going to take my carbs over what I wanted for the day. Now, make no mistake, sometimes, like when I'm really in flow, and I really want that beautiful Quebec baguette deli sandwich at Primal Cuts in Peterborough, I have it, and I don't feel guilty about it, and I love it, and it tastes great. I just had this conversation yesterday with one of you who's doing private coaching with me. Actually, I'm going to out her. She'll love this. So Joe posted last night about an energy bar that she, a recipe she found. I hear this all the time, so I'm not picking on you, Joe. This happens all the time. Somebody messages me. I bet twice a week I get a message like that. Message, not usually a post. That's just a glorified candy bar. And when you're doing that well, you have to decide, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Do you want to get out of flow or do you want to stay in flow? Remember, listen closely. This is not about perfection, but when you're working towards a goal, when you are working towards a goal and you get it really clear on what your goal is, maybe your goal is just to be able to tie your shoes when you're 90 or play with your grandkids or, fight dis-ease or disease. 99% is hard. 99% is really hard. 100% is easy. If you stay in flow and you get really clear about what you want, 100% is easy. But you have to ask yourself before you stop at the convenience store and grab that Mars bar or, Milky Way, before you decide, screw it, we're just going to order pizza, okay? You have to decide, is that going to keep me in flow or is that going to take me out of flow? Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's totally worth it. And you're like, you know what, I don't care, I want it, I'm going to have it. Just that simple idea of making the conscious choice instead of the knee-jerk reaction that I want it, I'm going to have it, and then getting out of flow and going, oh my gosh, what did I do? What did I do? Right? Okay? So if you make the conscious choice to go out of flow, fine, and then just get right back into flow, what works for you. So Tap Tuesday, thinking about what you want, picking one nutritional thing that you need to work on. We all know what it is. If you don't know what it is and you want some help, you should join me in May. I got 2 spots left for Emerald members to join me in May for private coaching. We'll look at your food, we'll get you pointed. And you guys who've done private coaching with me, if you're off the rails and you want to do maintenance with me, then message me. I've got room for maintenance people who've done private coaching with me before. If you need that accountability, right? If you need to bounce ideas off of someone, if you want someone to give you homework. But Tap Tuesday, pick one thing and proactive. If it's water, ask yourself if not filling up your water bottle is going to get you closer to your goal or further away. Ask yourself if not getting 64 ounces by 3 or 4 in the afternoon is going to get you closer to your goal or further away, right? And if you decide that your choice is going to take you further away from your goal, own it. If you want to go hog wild on sugar and not sleep tonight and have achy joints and skin that's broken out and no energy and the hangries and be cranky, own it. If you are like, you know what? Because a lot of you said this after Easter. You said, oh my stars, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So you got to decide, is it worth it? Is that store-bought, packaged, processed, over-sugared, nasty, fatted thing worth it? Then have it, guilt-free. If it's not worth it, then don't do it. And then say, you know what? Good for me. I know it's not worth it. I made the choice. I'm still in flow. And you just keep tackling, you don't worry about the big stuff. Just one thing at a time, one meal at a time, one convenience store you got to pass at a time, right? One checkout counter you got to pass, one piece of crap, some kind of baked good that they bring into the office at a time, one at a time. You got to look at it. You know that woman can't bake. She can't bake. It tastes terrible. Is that worth eating? Maybe not, right? Stella says, loved this as I looked sideways at the remains of the kids' Easter baskets in the garbage can. It's so not worth it. It's true, right? It's totally true, Stella. Absolutely. So I hope this is resonating with you guys. Again, it's Tap Tuesday. Pick one thing and then ask yourself before you do anything. Ask yourself before you do anything, is this getting me closer to my goal? So if you're watching your carbs and your sugar, did you pack your lunch? If you want to drink more water, do you have your water bottle with you? Sounds silly, but do you have a plan? This doesn't happen on the if come, right? You can't at 9 o'clock at night go, oh my gosh, I'm 30 ounces short of my water. Because then what's going to happen? You're going to be up peeing all night long. So you have to have a plan in place. If you need help with a plan, maintenance, all right, get in touch with me and we'll set you up for maintenance, or private coaching. Let's get you going, right? If you want some help, if you don't know what your numbers should be, if you can't figure out how to eat more healthy fats, if you're kind of a proteinaholic, if you want some accountability, like I've even done accountability with people on water before. They have to text me all day long, right? Let me know when they've gotten their water done. It sounds silly, but you know what? We're human and we all need help. We all need assistance. So this group is here to help you guys. These little kind of snapshot nuggets are here to help you. Tap Tuesday, one thing, not everything, one thing you want to work on today. And then every time you do anything, am I getting closer to my goal or further away? If you get in the car and you head to work and you've forgotten your water bottle, put the car in park, go back in and get your water bottle, right? If they're having pizza at the office and you packed a beautiful lunch, say, that looks awesome. Save me a piece. I'm going to have my lunch. I'll heat this up later. And then when nobody's looking, put it in the trash, right? You can be polite and do some little white lying to stay closer to your health goals. No, it's okay, right? Don't polite yourself to death and forsake your goals. Tap Tuesday, pick one thing and work away at it. Let us know how you're doing. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks.